Welcome to Thieves' Cant, a tabletop gaming podcast with your hosts, Jeremy Shane and Chris White.
Welcome in, welcome back. It is Monday, February 23rd. It's Thieves' Cant. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
Glad to have you. Thanks as always for listening, for subscribing at thievescantcast. You can email thievescantcast@gmail.com. Thanks for starting the week right here. Chris, how are you?
Well, it's Monday.
Right?
But
a little creaky.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. We'll push through together.
That's right.
Today, it's all about catching up on some news items. We've got a great crowdfunding project to spotlight as well. So let's jump right in to the headlines. A little AI controversy last week. This one's interesting. AEG, board game publisher Alderac Entertainment Group. They have, how should we put it, moved on from Ryan Dancey, who was serving as Chief Operating Officer. Ryan made some comments on social media regarding AI game creation. Have you seen this yet, Chris?
No, I haven't.
Yeah? Let me read his post. And again,
okay.
This is the COO, a then COO of a board game publisher.
Okay.
I have zero reason to believe that an AI couldn't come up with Tiny Towns or Flip 7 or Cubitos. I can prompt any of several AIs right now, in all caps, and get ideas for games as good as those. The gaming industry doesn't exist because humans create otherwise unobtainable ideas. It exists because many, many previous games exist and feed into the minds of designers who produce new variants on those themes. Okay, let me pause right there. He's not necessarily incorrect in that take. I mean, we're talking iterative design here, right? Inspiration, putting your own spin on things. You could say that all creative acts kind of rely on previous creative acts.
So his argument's kind of, in the same way that an AI is fed information and creates.
Sure.
In that sense, that people do the same thing.
Essentially.
Yeah.
He says people then apply risk capital against those ideas and see if there's a product market fit. Sometimes there is, and sometimes there is not. Dancey goes on to say that only twice in his lifetime have humans produced an all-new form of gaming entertainment. And those two occasions would be D&D and Magic the Gathering. He says, quote, those moments are so rare and incandescent that they echo across decades. He closes the post with, game publishing isn't an industry of unique special ideas. It's an industry about execution, marketing, and attention to detail. All things AIs are great at.
Okay. This didn't go well for him then.
I mean, it's one thing to have those thoughts, but I don't think it was ever a good idea for your chief operating officer, for a board game publisher, to express these ideas on a public platform.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here. I mean, it's interesting that he says there's only, in his entire lifetime, there's only been two new forms of gaming entertainment, D&D and Magic.
Essentially, D&D and Magic the Gathering. That's the only two times in his lifetime that something original has spawned from the human mind.
But that's really strange, given, even D&D didn't spawn from nowhere. It's not like Gary Gygax was just like, here it is, boom. I mean, there were things that led up to that. Wargaming existed before D&D even. So I don't know, where do you draw that line? I mean, everything's going to build up on, the lessons learned from the past and inspiration. But
bottom line, it just comes down to, what do you value?
Right.
Again, this is a social media post, and we know how these things go. Oftentimes there's a lack of context around these.
Right.
There's a lack of tone oftentimes. So, I don't want to put words in the guy's mouth, but it comes off as, I don't value human creation. I don't value the creative efforts of the team at Alderac Entertainment Group.
Right.
I could take software to do exactly what they're doing now. They are non-essential.
Right.
This is not the message that, one of your company heads should be spouting off about.
Right. It's a big difference between AI is a powerful tool that we can use to help us create, and I could replace any of you with an AI tomorrow and be in just as good a spot. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Right.
So,
here in the last couple of weeks, we had Chris Cox with Hasbro, who is an AI advocate.
Mm-hmm. He
kind of clarified how Hasbro is utilizing AI and the expectations set forth for their teams. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing here out of memory, it's a tool for workflow, for efficiency, and that individual teams are free to not use it if they would like to. So, I don't know. To me, those comments, there's a stark difference between what he put out and what we get from Dancey.
Yeah, it just seems a little tone deaf. I mean, it's not a good look for sure.
Right.
So I can see why they moved on.
We shall move on as well. Last week, we talked about Chris Perkins' commentary on those mysterious black obelisks scattered across various 5e D&D adventures.
Right.
And he had kind of given us the idea that his initial goal in the narrative was that this would all kind of culminate in the Vecna Eve of Ruin adventure, that these obelisks were time travel devices and that Netheril was going to play a big factor. You would travel back in time to battle the Netherese. Shortly after we discussed that story, Ray Winninger, he's the head honcho at D&D, he responded to Perkins' comments on Blue Sky saying, I wrote the original brief for this product, the Vecna Eve of Ruin. It was originally supposed to be a campaign that celebrated D&D's 50th by sending the players on a tour of all the classic settings we reintroduced for 5e. Ravenloft, Eberron, Spelljammer, Dragonlance, and, of course, Forgotten Realms to battle a multiversal threat. Lots of cameos from D&D notables. The campaign book was also supposed to include guidelines for incorporating your own homebrew worlds into the story. The final battle was to take place in the dungeon below Castle Greyhawk, where everything started. Had Chris led it, I don't doubt he would have picked up the thread of the obelisks he placed in his earlier adventures. And I like the ideas he lays out, but that wasn't the original intent. Not sure why the staff drifted away from my brief, but I'm sure they had their reasons. The product was certainly never intended to be any sort of coda to 5e. We never saw the revised core books, anything but a continuation of 5e. So, it's like he said.
Yeah. It seemed more like this was like Perkins' idea that he had in his head. Like this was sort of the inspiration he had going in. I don't know that obviously it was never worked out and all that. And this and what Winninger's describing here, I mean, makes sense for the 50th anniversary if that's what they were going to do, to have this big tour of all the things. And I don't know how fun that would play out. I guess
to me it would be awfully watered down.
It'd be a lot of you'd have to have a lot of nostalgia for all these things to really appreciate it. But whatever the case, I can definitely see them doing that from a marketing perspective.
Oh, of course.
But yeah,
to me, the tone of Winninger's post is to contradict what Perkins says, but I don't really see the difference in what he's saying versus what Perkins said. Basically, what Perkins said was this was the original idea, and then the product in development changed hands, and so the plot was lost. So to me, they're both saying the same thing, even though one is being contrary about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and maybe this kind of illustrates how there was some communication breakdowns.
It's still happening.
Even now they can't agree on what they were agreeing on back then. Right. So, I don't know. It's clear there were some mixed messages going around.
And sticking with D&D, I don't know if you've seen the news that D&D Beyond is planning a rebuild.
I have not.
Yeah, per the website, over the past few months, we've launched a new homepage, a revamped and more sortable content library, image reveals, and the Maps VTT to help DMs immerse their players more easily, and several other quality of life improvements. So they say that 2026 will be a year of refocus, and rebuilding D&D Beyond is going to be a priority to make it easier to play. D&D your way. They've got 3 major initiatives that will drive most of the work. 1, rebuilding D&D Beyond's game platform.
Okay.
2, improving player onboarding and revamping the character builder experience. And finally, launching a suite of Dungeon Master tools. You're on D&D Beyond far more than I am. What DM tools are available right now?
Very little.
It's kind of surprising this far into 5th edition, this far into having a digital platform as strong as D&D Beyond, that, you know, it's really all, most of the valuable resources there are player facing.
Yeah. In reading this, all I can think is how much is the subscription price going to increase with these changes?
Oh, you think it might go up?
Yeah. And the other thing is, well, so much of this is hidden behind that paywall. It's like, okay, you want to use the encounter builder? That's cool, but you can only access monsters that you've paid for books that they're in.
Right.
You start building an encounter and you're like, well, that would be a lot of them, like 90%. Even if I have a monster manual, there's a lot of things, especially specialty stuff and name creatures and things like that are buried behind this paywall. Yeah. So, and again, and my biggest thing, I will say that I hate since WotC bought Beyond is I want to buy stuff a la carte.
And that's exactly what you're referring to.
Right.
Just, there's the monster I need. I want to have the opportunity to purchase just that.
If I'm dumb enough to give you $2 for that monster, just take my $2 and be happy about it. Because I'm not going to give you, $40 for the whole book. But maybe if I really want this thing in the encounter, I might give you $2.
Right.
I would think that adds up. I'm not going to buy your new Splat book, but I'm really interested in that new subclass.
Yeah.
So I might give you $2 for that. Like I loved the a la carte feature. And
I think a lot of people did.
They need to bring it back. I'm telling you. And the thing was with the a la carte, if you bought those pieces, that whatever you spent there was taken off the price of the entire product.
If you did later purchase the product.
Right. So now I have a little less guilt because it's like, I don't know if I want to buy that book, but I really want to have that subclass.
Yeah. I've already invested $2 for $5.
Right. So it's motivation to give you even more money. I think it was a mistake getting rid of it, but I'm definitely not the marketing guy.
Yeah.
So,
you know how I roll.
yeah, and I know.
I have my books and
you have your abacus. You have your
yeah, exactly. And whatever is in the book is it.
Yeah.
If it's not in this book,
right,
it doesn't exist.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I'm so free.
You need more book. You need more book.
Always need more book.
Yeah.
It's liberating.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the headlines. One more stop today. Let's head over to crowdfunding. Yeah! Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Whoa.
Deadlands, baby.
All right.
We are almost a week into the Deadlands 30th anniversary celebration Kickstarter. It is fully funded. I think they put the banner up. Funded in 4 minutes.
Wow.
So if you are a Deadlands fan or you are new to Weird West role-playing, boy, this is a great time to jump in. Couple of main attractions for this Kickstarter. One, there's an anniversary book that tells the entire story of the game. You get some behind-the-scenes information, convention stories about the times that they tried to get movie deals done or video games, and they were so close to both of those, like multiple times. They've got a cover gallery for just about everything that was ever made for Deadlands, so you get all of that artwork. And if you back this, you get your name in the book because you are part of the Deadlands story as well.
Oh.
So you go in the book. That's kind of neat, right? So that's just one part of this. I would love to flip through this. Especially, I would like to learn more about the movies and video games that they were close to making.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Like, why has this not made it to the finish line?
I'm telling you.
It is, the Wild West, horror. They mash up so well together.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Horror, supernatural. Oh, yeah. We both love Deadlands, so we're fans.
So in addition to the anniversary book, there's also a new fully self-contained Deadlands core rule book. Standard version, and there's a special limited edition leather-bound version as well.
I want the leather bound.
Oh,
I haven't even looked at it, and I already want it.
It's cool. It's cool. And there's a new bestiary and item book as well, Rascals, Varmints, and Relics. So the new core rule book, they have gone back to, basically you're going to get the Deadlands setting and the Savage Worlds rules all mashed up into one. Kind of like original Deadlands whenever it first came out 30 years ago, 1996. It was just one self-contained volume. And then the Deadlands rules inspired the Savage Worlds rules.
Yeah.
So Savage Worlds kind of became the, universal system. And then any new Deadlands content then was just setting material and some setting rules. But you needed your Savage Worlds book to play. So now they're saying, all right, we're going to take our current edition of Savage Worlds, the Adventure Edition, and we're going to just put that into the setting book. It's all self-contained, everything that you need to run and play the game in one volume, which is cool.
That is cool.
There are lots of add-ons, dice and tokens and a starter set, but the books here are the main attraction. And this funds until March 13th. Expected delivery is in November. I'm tempted. Got to say, I'm tempted.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go look at this.
Separate from the Kickstarter, but there's a link to this on the Kickstarter page. Tickets are now on sale for the Deadlands Anniversary Celebration and Zombie Crawl. This is set for early October of this year. It's going to go down around Phoenix, Arizona. I think they've got a side trek planned to Tombstone.
Wow.
It's like a mini Deadlands con. Tickets are limited to 100. There are still some available. Last time I checked, just the tail end of last week, there were tickets still left. Okay. You get direct access to Pinnacle authors and artists, 4 catered meals included in the price, unique gifts, prizes available, they say nowhere else, games run by fellow fans and Deadlands creators. That would be fun to play.
Yeah. Right? Oh, yeah.
And then a real-life shootout through a haunted western town populated by a legion of undead. You get to go out and actually, I think you're laser tagging undead.
Wow.
In full costume.
That sounds pretty fun.
Sounds pretty cool. Tickets are close to $600.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
That doesn't include lodging or anything, but you do get 4 meals in that. So, if for a lot of people, this will be like a vacation.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
If you treat it like that, it's not necessarily unreasonable.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right. So that's a look at Deadlands on Kickstarter. There's a link in the show notes if you want to learn more. Hey, a lot of fun coming up this week. Tomorrow, we're back with the Lore Vault. Chris, you're going to crack that open and dig deep. And I don't know what you've got in store for us, but I'm looking forward to that.
Something that's really going to make you think.
Okay. All right. Get ready to think. That's tomorrow. Wednesday, we're back in the Forge of Creation. We are going to continue to build out our tabletop heist. Now, we know what's in the vault. Now we got to find out what's surrounding the vault. So that's Wednesday. Thursday this week, we're going to discuss random encounters. And then, a special surprise for you coming up on Friday, Chris. I'll hold that close to my chest.
Oh,
okay. All right. So, lots to get to this week. Thanks for joining us today. Email thievescantcast@gmail.com if you want to leave some feedback for us. Until tomorrow, thanks for listening. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
So long.
Thank you for listening to Thieves Cant. Email thievescantcast@gmail.com.